As promised, here is, as I said I would make a video for you regarding uh, maintaining the integrity of the grid. So what I have here is a 10 by 10 artboard, and what I started doing was I started use my guides to bring in guides and to put them at every inch mark. And so here I have 4 inches by 4 inch square area figured out. And I'm not going to do the entire 10 by 10 square. I'm just going to focus on this one area. So you should have your entire board set up like this, but of course 10 inches by 10 inches all the way across. And then what you're going to do is, as I said, I want you to fill each square with a value and make sure that your stroke is turned off. And so every square you have on your grid is going to be designated with its own value. And I'm just going to arbitrarily put in, actually, you know what I think I'll do? I'm going to do a boy girl thing here. And so I've got another square here, and then after I'm going to do another square here. And so I've got this checkerboard going on, but I think what I'm going to do also is I'm going to vary the value of each. And I'm not really thinking very hard about what this is, only because I really want to just share with you what it is I need you to do. So I'm going to make a grid, and I'm going to fill in all of my squares with a value, and let me take this one and put this here. So I've got and one of the things that, if I want to see, I talked about white spaces. If you zoom up and using your black arrow tool and type a W, oops, sorry. If I go to window and what am I looking for? Oh, type a command colon. I'll be able to see what sloppy work I did here. So I'm going to align these perfectly. There we go. And I want to make sure that these are perfectly aligned. Okay. And so that I don't see any white spaces. So to maintain the integrity of grid, I'm going to actually add another shape on top of here, which is going to be a square on top of this square, and place it here. And then after I'm going to get that square and place it there, give it another value, get a square and place it there, give it another value, get a square and place it there, give it another value, and so on. So now I'm still, I've got a square on top of a square, but I'm still maintaining the integrity of the grid. That would be different. This is what I will allow you to do. What I won't allow you to do is to take a shape and just place it on top of the grid. A shape like this does not maintain the integrity of the value. This shape clearly for me is on top of this grid, but does not, it actually contradicts the grid, meaning, it just looks like a shape on top of a checkerboard or on top of my grid. And if I wanted it to maintain the integrity of the grid, then therefore I might want to do something like this. And I know this is going to be might be a little too advanced for you, but I'm going to show you what I can do with the Pathfinder. And if I divide it, divide, minus front, divide. Now, it doesn't look like I did anything. However, you'll see that through the divide tool, I can now do something like this, which does maintain the integrity of the grid. And now while some of you might be saying, ooh, that's really cool, I want to do that, I'm going to then ask you, well, what purpose does this serve in coming and going? You know, it's a nice little feature to be able to do in a composition. It's cute, but it doesn't really add to the idea of coming and going. It just looks like a blob that's been divided up by a square that's sitting on a grid, but it does not come or go. As a matter of fact, these values here don't really come and go either. You know, if I squint my eyes, it just looks like a bunch of squares that have been designated values, but I don't see any movement in this. So you want to be very methodical in terms of how you designate your values to create the composition or to create the feeling of coming and going. If you have any questions regarding this video and what I'm saying, please post them on Facebook, okay? Good.